So today I saw the old 80s movie Short Circuit, so I figured I'd do a review of it. What? I didn't see Short Circuit? Yeah, I did. It was in theaters for some classic showing or whatever. Was it? What did I see then? Chappie? What the heck is Chappie? I've never even... Okay. I saw Chappie today! Yeah! Chappie is the latest movie directed by Neil Bloomkamp, who directed District 9 and Elysium, two movies I do like. So I was kind of excited to see this movie. It stars Dev Patel, Sigourney Weaver, and Hugh Jackman, and also Charlton Copley as the voice of Chappie. This movie is about a futuristic world where we have robot cops. Robot cops? Why does that sound familiar? Oh. These robot cops are hard to kill and are really strong, so it leaves a lot of criminals kind of not really able to do much, which, you know, good. And this trio of criminals needs to perform a heist so that they can get a bunch of money that they owe this one criminal. So they decide that in order to do this, they will have to shut off the robots. So to do this, they go kidnap Dev Patel's character, Dion, who created the robots, to figure out a way to shut them down. But they instead find that he has a robot that was destroyed. So they decide to reboot the robot, and they then train the robot. Dev Patel took this robot and is giving it artificial intelligence, and it's going to train him to basically be like a human. So they get the robot to train him to be a criminal. This robot's name is Chappie, who is the first robot in this world to have artificial intelligence. Some of the acting in this movie, like Dev Patel as the main lead, is pretty good, honestly. I did believe him as the nerdy scientist who really just wanted to protect his creation. And I really did like the creator-creation bond that him and Chappie did develop throughout the film. It worked pretty well. It wasn't terrible. I think they could have developed it a little better. Sure, it wasn't perfect, but it was decent enough where I went with it. Sigourney Weaver in this movie doesn't really have anything to do. She just plays the boss who just wants to be the boss, who won't let him do any more experiments on the robots to give him artificial intelligence, even though he says he figured out how to do that. She just wants weapons and soldiers, and that's it. She doesn't even have a character beyond that in this movie, so she's just the cliche boss. It's really bad. Hugh Jackman's not in his game in this one either. Like, he's not bad by any means, but he's been way better in other stuff. So it just felt like, you know, he was there, he was in it, but it could have been played by anyone, honestly. He was just the villain role in this movie. That's it. And yes, the robot does kind of remind me of Number 5 from Short Circuit in his mannerisms and the way it acts. And even some of the plot points in this movie itself reminded me of Short Circuit. That gets into one of the kind of problems with this movie, because I think it goes too far into just taking stuff from other sci-fi films. Because Neil Bloomkamp, if you've seen Elysium or District 9, he does borrow from other films. He is clearly inspired by the sci-fi genre and what's come before. Alien, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Independence Day, a lot of these other movies. But this one, he's blatantly taking RoboCop and combining it with Short Circuit. And it's like, okay, you know, be inspired, that's great, but don't take major plot practically, because then it's just like, it feels a little bit lazy in a way. Because you're just blatantly almost ripping it off. Like, I don't really want to call this quite a ripoff, because there's enough different from those two movies where it's not a direct ripoff in a way. But, you know, it's like, yeah, there's too many similarities where it's just like, dude, do your own thing. Borrow from these movies. That's great. I'm all for that. But, you know, do your own thing with it. How are you going to use these ideas for your inspiration? I mean, come on. It's hard to find a movie that isn't inspired by something. Hans Zimmer did the score of this movie, and you know what? Hans Zimmer is a great composer. So, yet again, we have good work here. In some of the dramatic scenes, you really felt the scene punctuated with the music playing over it. Like some of the fight scene at the end. Yes, there's a fight scene at the end. Won't spoil it, don't worry. And then there's a dramatic scene where Chappie is alone and sad because he sees how crappy the world is and how horrible people are to each other and to what seems different. You know, that's a theme in this movie. And so Chappie's all depressed and stuff, and the music right there really works. And then there's other moments too where the music really works as well. Also, the cinematography by Trent Opolo, I believe it's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. But he did District 9, Elysium, and last year's Captain America Winter Soldier. All great work, and he does really good work here. The visuals are really good, honestly. They really make the world really cool. Neil Bloomkamp, if you see his other films, he is a great visual director. He knows how to make a very cool, gritty, kind of sci-fi world. This movie is also cliched in other ways. Like, for instance, the bad guys that just want to use Chappie for their heist and stuff. Except for, you know, there's the one female bad guy who's actually more like a mother figure to Chappie and who actually is kind to Chappie. But the other two, it is more like they're just using him very clearly and, you know, blatantly. And it's just like, okay, that's cliched. They sort of bond with Chappie later a little bit, but not enough for me to really buy it and forgive them for basically just using him and being pricks. I mean, they're horrible people at the beginning and they aren't really very redeemed at the end, even though I feel like you're supposed to consider them redeemed in a way. It doesn't really work, again, except for the one female who actually is a redeemable-ish character. Now, honestly, right now I'm on the fence with the rating, because walking out of the theater, I didn't hate the movie. I was actually kind of enjoying it, but the more I've been thinking about it now since coming home and doing the review, it's kind of like, it's not really good. I enjoyed it enough. It's a watchable movie. I did enjoy it, but it just has enough cliches and enough going against it where I'm going to have to give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Again, just in there, right on the fence. You know, I still would say if you really want to go see it, check it out. It's not an unwatchable film by any means. It's fun enough. You might enjoy it. It's like, it could have been better. And so I'm going to have to give it a ding because of that. Because, well, it should have been better. Neil Bloomkamp, you can do better than this. So that's my review for Chappie. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other videos. And let me know, what did you think of this movie? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, see you later.